All right, guys, in today's video, we are going to go over the pros and cons of working for one of the most popular gig apps in late 2025, and that is Walmart Spark. I've been doing Walmart Spark since 2021. I've done over 1,500 deliveries. I know a thing or two because I've done a thing or two, and I'm the guy to tell you about what this app entails. If you're thinking about signing up and want to know if it's worth your time, or if you just like hearing a different perspective on something that you do every day yourself, this is the video for you. Let's get into it. First off, welcome to Cruisin with Corey. If it's your first time, don't make it your last. Hit the like and subscribe buttons on the bottom of the screen. Help me out on my mission to grow this channel here. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and any help we can get, certainly appreciate it. I am a dad. I do these delivery gig apps as my primary source of income to help out my family. I can't work a regular job the way my family is set up with my wife and my kids and all that scheduling fun stuff that I'm sure a lot of you know about. So that is why I do this. I take you along for the ride with me, give you my tips and tricks. Sometimes we do some travel adventures, but today, starting this series off, we're going to be doing these gig reviews. I'm going to do all the major ones and just kind of summarize where things stand in the gig economy here in late 2025 into 2026. But enough rambling, let's get into it. Because we like to be positive here, well, sometimes, we're going to start off with the pros. We're going to do 5 up, 5 down, 5 pros, 5 cons. But let's start off with the pros. And the number one, money. Walmart Spark. Base pay is the highest of the bunch. That's an objective statement. It's not even just my opinion. For shopping orders, which is a meat and potatoes of what you'll do on Walmart Spark, the base pay at the time of this recording in my market is $11. And that's for one item going the bare minimum distance. Like if you have one item, one package of M&Ms going 1/10 of a mile, you're going to get paid $11. Comparative to DoorDash, Instacart, Uber Eats, any other, Shipt even, those base pays would be between 4 and 7, even for the most bare bones order. So automatically there. And even on a curbside pickup, a delivery only order, if that's more what you're used to hearing, those base pays on other apps, $4, $3, $5. On Spark, it'll be $7. Other little pay nuances, they'll give you weight pay. If Walmart is dispensing the order to you, they will give you weight pay, which is pretty rare on other apps. So if you wait more than 10 minutes for them to do their jobs, they're going to compensate you for yours. That's really good. You will get paid a little bit for heavy items. You'll get paid a little bit for apartment and business drop-offs. Nothing to write home about, but hey, something is something. But overall, why you're doing this is to make money, and Walmart Spark certainly has the opportunities along with bonuses, incentives, all that fun stuff, tips. The money is certainly here, and in my opinion, and I think objectively, it does have the best earnings potential of all these gig shopping delivery apps. Number 2. Flexible order types, and I kind of just alluded to it. There's a lot of different types, so depending what you like to do, everyone has their own niches. Depending what you like to do, you'll get some of that here on Walmart. If you like Instacart or Shipt and you like shopping orders, or if you like being a pro shopper on DoorDash, you'll like that here. A lot of shopping orders. If you like just pick up and go, the food delivery style, you don't want to get out of the car, you don't want to shop, you just want to get given the items and drop it off, you have curbside. If you like Amazon Flex or Dashlink, you have that over here. You have batched orders, 15, 14, 20 stop orders, 2 hours, a flat pay. You have that over here. Now they also have customer returns where you can go to the customer's house, bring it back to the store. Sometimes that helps kill out with dead miles. And then finally, they do have partnerships with other platforms, with other merchants rather, such as Michael's, Sally's Beauty, Home Depot, Advance Auto Parts. It's not going to be a big thing. I think GameStop's in there too. It's not going to be a big source of income. It's not going to be a big source of opportunity, but the opportunity is there. So depending what you like to do, there's something for you over here in the Spark world to make you happy. Number 3, and this one's huge. For those of you who shop, so if you're not a shopping person, skip to number 4. But for those of us who do the shopping, this is by far, 100% the best shopping interface of any app. You literally get spoon-fed the directions. Like you're a little baby and the little airplane's coming to your mouth telling you where to eat and where to get your food. They tell you exactly what to do. The store is broke up into aisles, aisle sections, and modulars. They will tell you this ketchup is in aisle A5, section 7, module 26. So you will go to aisle 5, you will look on the aisle strips on the top and the bottom, and there'll be little section numbers. And then each individual price tag is a modular, as they call it. And that modular is exactly where that item is. So you can literally gridlock yourself exactly to where you need to be. And at the time of this recording, it's becoming more mainstream, but it's rolling out in more places. They are doing flashing price tags, so you even more so can find where your items are. So there's really, comparative to Instacart and other apps that don't have as much level of detail, there is really no excuse for not being a pro shopper here because it is so easy. Number 4, and I lied. If you don't like shopping, I told you to skip number 3, come to number 4. If you don't like shopping orders, I guess skip to number 5 because number 4 is also shopping related. The easiest checkout process of any app. Shipt is pretty close second, but we'll get to that when that video comes. There's no scanning items at a checkout. There's no using a pay card. When you scan the item in, upon fetching it, as you would on any app, it gets added to the customer's account. Basically, all you do when you finish the order, you do the little review process of any substitutions that either you force approve or check to see if anything got rejected. You take the little handheld scanner, you scan the barcode that is on your phone, and every now and then there'll be a cart review where someone will have to come over and validate 3 of the items in your cart. Not a big deal, but you're not individually scanning. You're not having pay cards. You're not having declined pay cards, getting on the phone with support, anything of the sort. It's all prepaid, so saves you so much time. And number 5, our last pro of this video anyways, is there's very good incentive programs. And they're still common. I will say from other apps experience, incentives are not common and they're not worthwhile. But Spark will very frequently do 5 orders for $30, 7 orders for $50, $5 per order. And you'll see them pretty frequently and they're tangible. So if you are a Sparker, you don't necessarily have to work for the incentive. A lot of times the incentives will just fit into what you're already doing and you'll be able to maximize. Sure, you might, cater certain things. Maybe there'll be curbside specific incentives or shopping specific incentives. So you might have to hyper focus a little bit, but the incentives tend to be quite attainable and quite lucrative. So definitely comparative to other apps where incentives have been dying off, at least in my area, not so much with Spark. I have made a good amount of money, and I've made a few videos on these in the past of chasing some incentives, and we'll just kind of tag those up here so you can check those out after this. But that is number 5, and now, with all that is good comes the bad. Let's go to the cons. Con number 1. And this goes for a couple other apps as well, but for this video specifically, most every order you take is going to be a round trip. And the reason is, and it's unlike DoorDash or food delivery, where you'll go to McDonald's, pick up the food, drop it off, you happen to be a mile away from Burger King, and then you get a Burger King order, and then you just kind of keep bouncing around between wherever you land. With Spark, and really shopping platforms as a whole, you always have to go back to the source to get another order. So if you have a 15-mile Spark order, you have to go 15 miles back. So every order that you see, effectively you want to double it and then make your decision on, if I have a $40 order for 10 miles, it's really 40 for 20. Would I take that 40 for 20? Is that worth it for me? Those are the decisions you have to make because, again, unless you live in a Walmart zone that has a lot of Walmarts and, very populous amount, the rural people, you have to do round trips. Some of you people, especially down south, have a lot of Walmarts where you probably can Walmart hop. So this one may not even be applicable to you. But if you live in a more rural area, absolutely every order is double miles. Con number 2, for those of us who like to be very flexible and like to stack and love add-ons, Spark, not the app for you. What you see is what you get. So this actually is a really big con. And it's a con for Spark too, because there'll be a lot of times where you'll see a shopping order going 12 miles. And then you'll see another shopping order going 13.2. And it's like, let me take both of them. It makes sense for me because I get paid twice. And it makes sense for each customer and Walmart because they don't have to surge them. That's not a possibility. You cannot stack orders, nor will you ever get an add-on. Even Instacart will offer you add-on orders. If it makes sense to them and they think it's logical, they'll give it to you. They'll ding your order while you're shopping. Do you want to take this too? Not a possibility at the time of this recording on Walmart Spark. Also, your delivery sequence is locked in, especially if you're doing a batch order. Not every time is it a logical route. There'll be times where you want to drop off stop 2 first because it's going to be closer to this, and then maybe you can go back to the store, or maybe stop 2, or maybe stop 3 is better as stop 1, and stop 1 could be your trip home. You can't do it. What you get is what you get on Spark. Number 3 on the cons list, glitchy. This app is glitchy, and there's outages, which is normal with every app. I get it, but here on Spark, it's probably once every 3 weeks to a month. There is some kind of outage that will cause things to go down, cause things to lock up, no orders, can't finish orders, having to fight with support. It's really bad. In fact, at the time of this recording, this message came up yesterday saying that there was an app outage. While doing shops, a lot of times error messages will pop up on something that is scanning right. It says it won't scan. Barcodes don't scan. The app, even though it's owned by Walmart, it was built on a really smaller platform called DDI back in the day. And Walmart has they've made feature updates to it, but the backbone of the app is not that in depth. And I really think that they are losing out on that, but that's a different topic. So yes, certainly a lot of glitchiness and stuff like that. And kind of in the same vein, I'll throw this in here. This app is not good in low service areas. So when you do rural routes, the way the app operates when you don't have good service, it doesn't, like for those techie out there, it doesn't cache things or kind of preload what's going to have to happen in case you don't have service. So when you do have terrible service, it's really hard to make things work on this app. And it's difficult to complete orders, batch orders, anything when the signal is not good. So just kind of do a little search of your zone. If you have bad service in your area, maybe look at a different provider or not consider Spark, because it is not great when the service goes bad. Number 4, another big one, a priority one because it deals with money. Tip baiting still exists here. What is tip baiting? Tip baiting is a customer who puts a tip on their order. We all know what tips are. They're not actually tips, they're bids, but that's a different topic. But they'll put a tip on that they have no intention of actually paying out, even if the service was delivered exactly as it was expected. They follow all the directions. They'll take the tip away for no reason. They get you to do high quality work and then don't want to pay you for it. Many apps do curb against this. Of course, with DoorDash, your money is guaranteed. At the time of this recording, Uber is also testing out guaranteed tips. Instacart will they allow the customer to lower the tip, but they will protect the driver up to $10 if they lower the tip to 0 or they lower the tip at all with no reason. Spark is the only major app to date that lets the customer fully remove the tip with absolutely no recourse or protection to the driver. So what a lot of people will do is they'll make a list every time they get their tip baited. They'll check their tips the next day. They write down their address and you put it on a do not deliver list. But at the time of this recording, yes, customers can take away their tips. And again, no bueno. Hopefully it changes. Hopefully there's legalities on it, but that come from it. But at the time of this recording, yes, tip baiting exists. I haven't had it happen more than I think twice out of my 1,500 orders. A lot of people have had it more than that. Again, it might be a you thing, it might be a market thing, but it can be a thing. And this one may have a little bit of controversy to it, but I'm going to say it. I believe that some of it is fact, some of it is opinion and speculation. Spark has the most fraud and fake accounts on the market. There's a lot of bots. They try to curb against bots, but they do a terrible job of it. And there's a lot of situations where the wrong driver is delivering your stuff per what it tells you in the app as a customer. I've had it as a customer. I've ordered on Spark before, and it says that Nancy's delivering your order, and then when you get to the address, Nancy is not the one who's very clearly delivering your order. I know you never quite know, but you can, yes. There's a lot of ways to get illegal Spark accounts, to get fraud accounts. Walmart has the ability to curb a lot of these issues with license checks. They are doing a little bit more on the shopping orders to protect, but many Walmarts will not follow the actual policies that Walmart Corporation has requested. And there's a lot of reasons behind that. I personally believe they want people just taking the orders. They don't want orders sitting and having to surge. So if people are willing to take those orders, they'll let it slide. But there is one guy at my local Walmart here who will ID check if it doesn't make sense. He will refuse orders if the person is not who matches. But that's not that's the exception. That's not the rule. So I don't want to get too far in the weeds on it. If you have comments on that, again, that's what the comment section is for. Let's have some discussion. So as we summarize things, all in all, Spark, is it worth it in 2025? I will still give it a thumbs up. I will still give it a yes and a sign of approval. So if you're looking to do it, I would recommend it. Give it a try in your area. Even if you don't like shopping orders, this may turn you on to liking shopping orders because of how easy it is. Maybe that gives you confidence to do shopping orders on other apps and give you that extra stream of revenue. So I highly recommend that. It's not perfect. No app is going to be, but again, for what it is and what it could pay, I highly recommend it. If you like this video, again, hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. Let me know in the comments below, what video do you want me to do next? What app do you want me to talk about next? I'm going to do all the major ones that I know of. Not so much the catering apps because I don't have experience with them, but I will give you all the ones that I've known. I plan on doing these videos. Stay tuned for my ride-along videos. Stay tuned for my travel videos. We're growing this slowly. We're having fun doing it. Let's see if we can bring some more friends along for the ride. Thanks again for watching. This is Cruisin' with Corey. Corey out.
It sound right, boys.